Ladies and gentlemen, do I have some absolutely delicious karma, delicious schadenfreude, delicious chef's kiss, delicious consequences to horrible actions for you today. So stick around for that on the Angela Bach Show.
Hello, my name is Angela Bach.
Hi, good evening. My name is Christina Probst. I'm a pediatrician here in Houston and have been for the past 20 years. I have never experienced a summer like we are experiencing right now with the unfortunate coincidence of surging RSV and COVID infections. Our children's hospitals are full. Our ICUs are full. There are children dying in our ICUs, and I can tell you, anyone here who thinks children do not get COVID, there are children who have died this week in the Texas Medical Center who have died. Excuse me, sir, you're taking my time, reclaiming my time.
Madam President, decorum, please. Excuse me. Please respect our speakers. Please respect our speakers. Thank you.
Thank you. There are unfortunately children, tweens, and teens who have died this week in the medical center in our intensive care units, despite the valiant efforts of my colleagues who have been working extremely hard to save and to protect the health and well-being of our children here in Houston. I ask everyone. Children in the seatbelt in the car.
Okay, she's reclaiming her time that was taken from her. Thank you.
Men who keep interrupting me, please to be removed. They are harassing me, and this is my time to speak. I did not interrupt them.
You addressed us.
Let her speak. I did not address anyone personally.
Okay, please allow her to speak. Thank you very much.
Anyone who is discussing this in terms of personal responsibility or adult responsibility or parental responsibility, I ask you this. Do you put your child in a car seat? Do you put a seatbelt on your child? Would you put your child in the car in the front seat without a seatbelt or a car seat at 12:30 a.m. on New Year's morning and go on the loop? That's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Okay, that video you saw is from the HISD school board meeting in August of 2021. Now, if you want to trip down crazy memory lane and if you want to get some PTSD, go watch the Houston ISD school board meetings from around that time. I spoke at the meeting, the first meeting I did was in October of 2021, which is where I met all these great patriots who were fighting against the mask mandates and fighting against the insanity that we all lived through. And, 20% of us were the only ones saying, no, I'm not doing this. So 20% of us at the meetings were just raising holy hell. But this lady was like all down for the masks, all down for the vaccines, and, woe be to you if you push back on us. Now, her name is Christina Probst, and Christina Probst is back in the news today. Okay. Now, look, I am not for cancel culture in general. I think it's destructive. I think it's dumb. You do you, have your opinions, whatever. But this lady, she got what was coming to her because during COVID, she went out of her way to try and get people that I know personally fired from their jobs because they did not support masking 4-year-olds, okay? This lady is crazy. She is a political activist posing as a doctor, and Bluefish Pediatrics knew exactly what she was all about for the last 4 years, and they did nothing about it until now. Why? Because during the last week's flooding in Kerr County, where over 100 people have lost their lives, she decided to get smart and cute and posted something on Facebook that even her leftist allies at Bluefish Pediatrics were like, ooh, that's a bridge too far. Let me read this to you because it's wild. Okay, here's what she said. Again, she put this in writing, you guys. And the fact that she put this in writing is not surprising because leftists think that they're the most virtuous, that everything that they say is great and everything that they believe is perfect. And that us MAGA types were, cockroaches that should be smushed under the heel of their boot. All right, let me read this. Quote, may all visitors, children, non-MAGA voters, and pets be safe and dry. Kerr County MAGA voted to gut FEMA. They deny climate change. May they get what they voted for. Bless their hearts. So that went around. All right. That went around all over the place. And she lost her job. Okay. Bluefish Pediatrics is like, oh, we are very troubled for what this lady said. It's like, well, but you weren't troubled 4 years ago when she was going after people who didn't want to mask 4-year-olds, like, and who didn't want to have vaccine mandates. And oh, by the way, Dr. Probst, here's something. I'm going to post some screenshots of a few things this lady has said and done. One of the things she did is she was shilling for Planned Parenthood and abortion. Okay. So here's what she put in during, I don't know, this is like around COVID time when she was feeling herself, because she was going around social media acting like she was big and bad and she was the doctor of the world and you should listen to her. And if you don't, there's something wrong with you. Okay. So this is what this lady did when it regarding abortion. Okay. A doctor. First, do no harm. Cheerleading abortion. Here's the thing she wrote. Jane's due process helps young Texans navigate parental consent laws and confidentially access abortion and birth control. So basically, this woman was shilling for the abortion lobby to make sure that young kids can get around their parents and not have to tell their parents they're getting ready to have an abortion. This woman's dark-sided and demonic, and she's getting exactly what is coming to her. So, here we go. During this time was a big school board race. And in fact, the PAC that I was head of at the time, we supported these 3 candidates. Two of the 3 of them ended up winning, but the one in West U, who was this beautiful girl named Carolyn Walter, really got under these ugly double bagger skin. Okay. One of the things this lady wrote during that was, for reference, this anti-mask ringleader who fervently backs Carolyn Walter, who is running for HISD school board from District 5, also posted this. So she posted a picture of a friend of mine's mask that her kid was forced to wear that had blood on it. This lady who claims to be pro-science, that didn't seem to get the memo that your little piece of paper didn't do anything. Okay. This was pure propaganda, pure evil insanity that we all live through, and they would have loved to keep it going indefinitely. All right. So here's something else. I mean, there's so many things that my friend sent me today. I was like, ooh, let me talk about this lady because she's a piece of crap. Okay. This is from a parent who went to Bluefish Pediatrics, who, again, they knew all about this lady and what she was up to, went to Bluefish Pediatrics and didn't want to have her daughter take the Gardasil vaccine. So they're sitting there pushing every single vaccine they could possibly push. Don't take parents' concerns into account at all. Here's what happened when the parent pushed back on Dr. Probst getting the Gardasil vaccine. Fair warning to those of you at Bluefish, and especially if you see Dr. Probst, if you don't choose to immediately get the Gardasil shot and get an attitude from Dr. Probst, as I posted about 2 years ago, and asked to switch to a different doctor, they will blacklist you and not allow you at Bluefish. Dr. Probst called in her phony fake voice to tell me we were not welcome at the practice. Y'all, that's why this is so delicious. That is why karma is real. That is why God will not be mocked forever. And this lady has now lost her position at her practice that she had for these many years. Not only that, evidently her husband, who's a big-time attorney, he also lost his job because of the unhinged rantings of a leftist lunatic who thought she could just act with impunity and say whatever the hell she wanted to say on social media and that nothing would happen to her because, she's a doctor and you're not. Well, Dr. Probst, enjoy the infamy you so richly deserve. And again, the fact that she tried to get people that I personally know fired because they didn't want to mask 4-year-olds. Chef's kiss, I tell you, chef's kiss. Now, as I end the video, I'm going to post my very first appearance at an HISD school board meeting. Y'all, I was hot. I was coming in hot. So enjoy that. And until next time, everybody, I'll see ya and thy will be done. Bye.
Hi, I'm Angela Box, and I'm a former HISD teacher. My first question is, why are leftist millionaires in California donating thousands of dollars to HISD school board members? Seems a little strange, no? And by the way, why are you all still wearing masks? Didn't you get the memo from your homegirl Rashida Tlaib? It's political theater. The fact that you will not end this charade, but instead keep it going for political purposes is monstrous. I wonder if Biden sent his goons to arrest us after this meeting tonight. But don't worry, unlike the violent leftists of BLM and Antifa, we don't riot, loot, murder, assault, and burn down cities. We just confront you with passion and facts. Critical race theory is indeed being taught at HISD. CRT teaches children to judge people based on the color of their skin, not the content of their character. It tells people of color they are less than white people and cannot get ahead in life because white people are holding them back. It tells white people that we are evil oppressors. CRT also promotes the idea that math, grammar, linear thinking, literature, classical music, and being on time are hallmarks of white supremacy. Leftists are sending out propagandized students into the world as angry, ignorant stormtroopers ready to do their radical bidding. In addition to CRT, Marxism, radical feminism, and transgenderism are just some of the nuggets HISD considers to be educational and worthwhile. Thank you very much to RestoreAmericaNow.org for these resources. I know that none of you currently sitting on this board will ever let go of the scam of the masks or the evil lies of CRT or whatever other garbage you're shoving down the throats of our vulnerable children. That's why we are going to defeat every last one of you and replace you with citizens who believe in the concept of content of character and allow our children to think freely, to live freely, and to breathe freely again. By the way, let's go, Brandon. Thank you.